Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So the other day I posted a Fire Emblem manga. You guys liked it, that's awesome, I loved it too. And it sparked an interesting conversation about Fire Emblem as an anime. Honestly, I hadn't spent a long time thinking about this before. I mean, I've been playing Fire Emblem for years, and the original games definitely didn't have an anime feel to them, so it never really came to mind. Recently though, there's been a change and the games already feel like an interactive anime series. This raises a question. Will Nintendo make a Fire Emblem anime series? In order to answer that question, we need to better understand Nintendo's views when it comes to producing movies. Back in 1993, Nintendo dipped their toes into Hollywood for the first time for what would become the widely talked about Mario Bros. Movie. Wildly talked about for all the wrong reasons, that is. This movie flopped hard and created a distrust in major cinematic production to give justice to their characters and story arcs. For decades, Nintendo went on to build out the universe of their top franchises, all while managing to remain fairly ambiguous with them. I mean, after all, it's hard to get to know much about Mario, Link, or Yoshi when these characters barely even talk. That being said, Nintendo had found their niche and grew tremendously. If you had asked me about Nintendo making movies or television 4 years ago, I would have told you there's no way. I mean, why would they risk it when they've built their brand off of characters that in some cases, they've never even placed a real voice to? But as of 2019, it turned out that they would take a chance on the beloved Pokemon franchise with the movie Detective Pikachu. The movie did better than expected, pleasing avid fans with Easter eggs and inside jokes while remaining relevant to casual moviegoers. Although it wasn't considered groundbreaking success, it has led us to the current state we are in now. In announcing the new Mario Bros. Movie, Nintendo let the world know that they would now be working with Illumination Studios. Illumination has created some wildly successful movies, such as Minions, Despicable Me, and Puss in Boots. It seems like a great partnership, as Illumination has stated publicly that they plan to work very closely with Nintendo on the project, staying true to the source material. All of this is to say that Nintendo clearly has an appetite for the big screen, and is likely considering future projects, of course dependent upon the success of this movie. There are so many opportunities for them, and with the decline of Marvel, many have theorized that this is the perfect opportunity for Nintendo to begin work on their own extended universe. There is a chance that we could get a Marvel-esque setup. Hear me out. Each mainline character gets a movie. That leads to the eventual team-up movie, which instead of the Avengers, would in this universe be called the Super Smash Bros. Movie. Regardless if this turns out to be the case, we can expect further titles from Nintendo, and I'm sure most of you are already thinking, right? If we're going to get anything, why would it be Fire Emblem? I mean, it's such a small community. Well, for starters, there are multiple Fire Emblem characters in Super Smash Bros., so even the general audience has at least some understanding and admiration for these characters. But more importantly, there are few Nintendo titles that offer stories as in-depth as Fire Emblem. It's going to be a lot easier to make content for Fire Emblem with a variety of characters, support conversations, and lore to draw from than Zelda when we've literally never even heard a complete sentence come out of Link's mouth. At the end of the day, Fire Emblem is just less risk than the main titles. It already has the content and it's widely enough known through other party games. It would be the perfect route for Nintendo to go if they wanted to test new avenues of cinema. For example, I don't know, a television series? None of this is groundbreaking strategy. I mean, we've already seen it all played out through Disney. Nintendo's only question would be whether or not the general audience will embrace them. And I think we'll have that answer upon the release of the Mario movie. If we follow Disney's model, I could certainly see Nintendo working towards their own cinematic universe, to be followed by a streaming service with supporting television series, and no franchise seems better fit for that series than Fire Emblem. Due to the current animation style of the games, and the culture just around the games in general, this show would have no choice but to be an anime. And I think we would all be very grateful for that. Alright, that's all I've got on this theory for now. If you liked the video, consider subscribing so I can keep bringing you content just like this. And let me know what you think. Should Nintendo make a Fire Emblem anime? If so, who should it feature? Could we have separate seasons for different Fire Emblem games? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and have an awesome day.